All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to open up by giving all the praises, honor, glory, and to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Hakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and preach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And this is the brother Amawan Ayash from the GMS City Indianapolis camp. Coming back at you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai. And as of this moment, I don't have any kind of idea what I'm going to entitle this lesson, but it's going to be a surrounding, the reaction of the modern day woman, to Trump's victory in the in the recent election. And I got a couple articles lined up from the End Time Headlines app, and as you can see, this headline reads: Americans begin stockpiling abortion pills and hormones ahead of reproductive apocalypse under Trump. And then the next article I have is a liberal woman going on sex strike over Trump victory. And, there's a lot of, women, coming out talking about, talking about some closing the womb from men, completely cutting off dating men, not dealing with men in general. So, with these election results, man, especially the so-called black women, man, these women have revealed their true colors, man, and they really don't fuck with men. You see, and this is why the overnight change is going to be absolutely crazy to witness. When all hell breaks loose and it's time for Isaiah 4:1 to come to pass. Because here it is right now. These women talking, all this shit, okay, against the man. But guess what, man? They're going to be seeking, all right, the men, and not just any man, all right, Israelite man, and not just any Israelite man, but the men of the Lord in that day. You see? And Lord will, we be that elect number, we be those elect men. In that day, man, the Lord going to put the spirit on us to know who's who. You see? Now, the thing with this abortion madness is pretty much, these women, they want to be loose, okay? They want to be whores. They don't want to have to deal with the responsibilities of being the mother. Okay, they just want to ride the carousel and live in pleasure. Okay, so as a matter of fact, I'll open up with this in the book of First Timothy chapter 5 and verse 6. It says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." And these women have completely forsaken their natural order that the Lord has ordained from the very beginning. All right, they're out here loose. All right, they're not modest. Okay, they're jumping around from man to man. All right, and they're just living in wickedness and pleasure. You see, but what they don't realize is that while they're drowning in pleasures on this side in this wicked world, that ultimately they're doing nothing but bringing death upon themselves, man. All right, they don't realize that their momentary pleasure, okay, in the long run, their temporal pleasure in the long run is bringing death upon them, man. Okay, and even them wanting to wanting the right to perform abortions, which they're killing babies, all right, just so they can continue to be loose. Goes to show you how wicked and evil these modern day women are. Okay. But abortions is completely against the will of Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. All right. Because when we read Isaiah, the 45th chapter. Okay. Let's read Isaiah 45 and 18. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai that created the heavens, power himself that formed the earth and made it. He hath established it. It says he created it not in vain." And here's the point. It says he formed it to be inhabited. You see, so the Lord formed the earth, all right, to be inhabited, man. All right, by people, beasts, so on and so forth. So when y'all out here, killing babies and things of that nature, performing abortions, okay, y'all going directly against the will of Yahweh Bashmi Yashai. Okay, and these women, man, they're starting to feel the squeeze, man. All right, just wait till Trump's inauguration. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, we'll just keep it at inauguration. Okay, because hey, when he gets in office, man. All right, because there's still things that can happen before he gets in office, but I believe through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Ashai that he's still gonna get back in office. But hey, man, when he get back in office, man, we'll see what happens from then. Okay, but finishing on, it says, "I am the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai, and there is none else." Right. So point being, the Lord he created the earth to be inhabited, and you woman that's out here being loose, okay, not having responsible sex. Okay, and of course it goes on both sides, man. Men need to strap up more, especially with the type of woman there are today. Okay. But hey, man, hey, y'all killing off all these babies, man. All right, the Lord, he gonna get you for that, man. Okay, so let's start here in this first article. It says, when the presidential election results were handed down on Wednesday, Rebecca Gumpertz, the founder of Aid Access, the #1 supplier of abortion pills by mail in the United States, was huddled in a Paris apartment within her team of 8 American physicians and 15 support staff. The group, which usually operates remotely, shipping out more than 9,000 abortion pills a month, had convened in person before the election, knowing they might have to spring into action. They were right. As news of Trump's victory spread, the website received more than 5,000 requests for abortion pills in less than 12 hours, a surge even larger than the day after Roe v. Wade fell. You see? And, amongst these women that are having an outburst due to the election results, and you got a lot of Israelite women, especially the so-called black women, okay, just throwing temper tantrums, fits, saying that they hate the black man, this, that, and the third. Okay, well, hey, concerning the woman, all right, hey, the Apostle Paul had to say this, okay, in the book of 1 Timothy. All right, which ultimately, hey, this goes to show just how upside down, all right, this world really is. Okay, so like, I think it's in the book of Titus, chapter 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Titus chapter 2, beginning in verse 3. It says, "The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things." In today's day and age, man, the older women, man, they not teaching their daughters good things. They teaching their daughters to be hoes, sluts, okay, to run. All right, every man they come across on the street to run their pockets. Okay, they not teaching, all right, they daughters how to love their husband, how to serve their husband, all right, and love their children, so on and so forth. All right, going on, verse 4, and says that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. And nowadays, man, hey, these women, man, they don't even love kids like that, man. All these abortions and killing off babies. Okay, it says to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. Okay, because hey, when y'all out here, doing all this wickedness, man, you Israelite women, beginning with the so-called black woman, all right, y'all are bringing y'all are opening up, all right, chances are for the word of the Most High to be slandered. You see, and the Lord gonna get y'all for that, man. This was a good precept, but that's not the one I was thinking of. Let's see. I think the phrase "bear children" is in that scripture. Yep. 1 Timothy. Okay. 5 verses 14 and 15. It says, "I will therefore that the younger woman marry." And how was marriage done, man? All right, through the act of sex. You see, because the word marriage literally means joined together. And how are man and woman joined together? When a man plants his rod, aka his penis, inside a woman's vagina, okay, and pierces her hymen. You see, and then the blood comes out, which is what the token of her virginity, and that woman becomes that man's wife. All right. It says, I would therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children. You see, nowadays, hey, these women, these younger women, they don't want to, marry or have children. They simply put, man, they don't want to be women. All right, they don't want to be wives, man. It says, guide the house and give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. And hey, man, I can't remember who said this or who this quote comes from, but it's a quote that says you can tell the status of a nation by the status of the woman, roughly paraphrasing. You see? And hey, man, these nations, man, and they see that the Israelite woman does not respect the Israelite man. And that gives occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Okay, to bring slander upon our nation. Verse 15. For some are already turned aside after Satan. And these American women, these Babylonian whores, man, they are nothing but fucking demons, man. Okay, guided by Satan himself. Okay, so going on, it says I can see all the new requests ticking in as we're talking. Gumper said in a phone call on Wednesday afternoon, we've never seen this before. The scenario repeated itself across the country as news of Trump's victory broke, with women's and Decepticon health providers getting inundated with requests for services that their patients feared might be banned in a Trump administration. You see, these Decepticons, man, the Lord gonna smoke their ass too. You know, these rebellious women, these Decepticons, anybody a part of the alphabet community, man, the Lord gonna smoke them, man. All right, and bring great miseries upon them. It says the telehealth service whip saw a 300% increase in requests for emergency contraception. The abortion pill finder site Plan C saw a 625 increase in traffic. See, so hey, man, these women, all right, as we can see, they are completely adverse, okay, to Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. Okay, it does not that does not the word Satan itself, all right, meaning adversary, and like like we just read in 1 Timothy 5 that many of these women are already turned aside after Satan. See, so hey, man, we can see point blank, as clear as day, man. A lot of these women, all right, are completely adverse and against Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. Right? It says for Gumpers and her team at Aid Access, the moment did not come as a shock. They've been preparing for it since the last Trump administration, when Gumpers, a Dutch physician, expanded her international abortion pill service into the United States. Since then, Aid Access has devised a system in which physicians in states where abortion is legal prescribe and ship abortion pills to patients in states where it is not. It says the nonprofit eventually expanded to the team of 8 physicians in 4 states, along with the help desk that is available 24/7. And I'm gonna say this, man, it ain't gonna be no fucking abortion pills, Plan B, no condoms, no none of that in the kingdom of heaven, man. Because the scriptures, all right, they say this about our women. I believe so. The book of Psalms, 128:3. It says, thy wife shall be as a fruitful vine by the sides of thine house, thy children like olive plants round about thy table. So, amen. And this is going to be manifest in the kingdom of heaven. So in the kingdom of heaven, man, the women we get, man, they're going to be popping out babies, like Gatling guns, man. All right, like an infinite ammo supply, and they going to love it, man. You see, because that women are supposed to take pride in having husbands, all right, bearing children. All right, that's where a woman's joy come from. Okay? And you can see how in today's day and age, man, these women, they are proud, lonely, single. Okay? They may come off as if, they're happy and this, that, and third. But everybody can see it, man. They're miserable. You see, and that's what happens when you go against the order of Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. All right, the natural divine order of Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. You become miserable, man. All right, and that pride is what's keeping them from humbling down, which is why the scriptures say this. Let's grab this in the Apocrypha. All right, 2nd Esdras, chapter 8. Okay, and verse 50. Excuse me. Verse 50, it says, "For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." So, amen. Judgment is getting ready to come upon the world, man. Are you men, you women? All right, judgment is coming upon these rebellious children too. All right. So, hey, man. So this what we're reading in this article, it just goes to show you how everything in this current world that we're living in is literally upside down. Okay. The women are out of order. The men are out of order. Everything is out of order. But we understand that beginning with an elect, all right, the Lord, he's turning things back to his natural order. You see, and in the kingdom of heaven, everything is going to be ran by the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashmi Ashai. All right, the world is going to be ran by order. All right, under Yahweh Shai's rule. It says, where did I leave off at? It says, since then, Aid Access has devised a system in which physicians in states where abortion is legal prescribe and ship abortion pills to patients in states where it is not. The nonprofit eventually expanded to a team of 8 physicians in 4 states. That is available 24/7. But the scale of the demand on Wednesday, 5 times more than the usual day, was shocking even to them. It says, we have an extremely streamlined process, and we are capable of dealing with all the requests really fast, Gumpert said. But it's much more than usual, and I think the reason people are now much more aware, people are aware of the possibility of the abortion pill and aware of the threat it will be taken off the market. It says Trump has flip-flopped on the prospect of a national abortion ban, at one point saying women who obtain abortions illegally should be punished, and at others saying the decision should be left up to the states. And really, man, hey, really, if you out here, killing babies, all right, just because you want to have endless undisciplined sex, because you want to be whores, then you deserve to be put to death, man. Because even in the scriptures, man, hey, when you read on the law of adultery is a sin rewardable unto death. Hey, which is why we brought out in 1 Timothy 5, right? She that liveth in pleasure is dead already while she liveth. Okay? Going on in the article, but his Supreme Court appointments paved the way for the overturning of Roe in 2022, and his appointments to other lower courts have held up even the strictest of abortion bans in red states like Texas. There are also multiple ways he could go after the prescribing and shipping of abortion pills, which now account for the majority of abortions in the U.S. So, hey, that's the end of the first article. Let's deal with the second one. As you can see, it says a liberal woman going on sex strike over Trump victory. And, the liberal woman would be, women who follow the Democrats. And when you break down the word democracy, it literally breaks down to people rule. All right, demo meaning people, cracy meaning rule. And you see how the Democrats are mainly responsible for pushing, all right, to establish legislation that gives, these abominations and these wicked individuals rights. All right, letting people do whatever the hell they want to. Right? But going on, it says liberal women have sworn to go on sex strike over Donald Trump's election win. Mr. Trump swept to victory in Tuesday's presidential race that Democrats cast as a referendum on abortion rights and protections for women. All right, protecting women, all right, so they can be whores. Okay. Some women are now threatening to punish men for voting for Trump, taking inspiration from a Korean feminist movement that vows to withhold sex from men in order to redefine a gender power balance. And, when you read stuff like this, this is crazy work right here. This is absolutely insane how these women, they have a strong delusion of power. When in reality, man, they ain't got no fucking power. All right, remove the government and we'll see what kind of power women have, man. They ain't got none. So they talking about withholding sex from men and things of that nature. Look, the times we coming into, look, the perilous time that's getting ready to break out on the earth, man, the time of Jacob's trouble. Look, man, look. Hey, these men that y'all been, doing dirty, you ain't giving the time of day. Okay, just being all kinds of demons toward them. As the beloved Elder Pascal Barr would say, these guys, man, they gonna get their pound of flesh. Okay, because really, man, scriptures tell us, man, what's gonna happen to you women in these last days. Okay, Isaiah 13, and which this chapter is going into the judgment that's getting ready to befall upon Babylon, our modern day Babylon, aka America. Okay, but as a matter of fact, we'll read verse 12 and then jump down. Isaiah 13 and 12, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So, amen. And this is not talking about any man. It's talking about an Israelite man. And not just any Israelite man, an elect Israelite man of Yahweh Ba'Shemi Shai, a man of the Lord. So, pertaining to the men of the Lord, man, in that time of trouble, when all hell break loose upon the earth, man, the men of the Lord, man, they stock is going to shoot up, man. You see, and you're going to have women flocking after them for protection. Okay? But at the end of the day, the only ones who's going to get with the men of the Lord is who the Lord has foreordained to be joined to the men of the Lord. You see, because you got all these women online talking shit, slandering the men. Or you had Eve talk about some, I want Kamala to lock all you niggas up. I don't even care no more, something along them lines. Okay? Got women talking about closing the womb to men. Well, first off, you have no power to open or close your womb. Really? Let me grab this real quick. Because even when it came to the case of Jacob and Leah, right? We understand that Rachel, she was barren for some time. And Leah was the most fruitful out of all of Jacob's wives. Okay, but it's a point I wanted to get. Just let me just type in open and womb. So like, bear with me 1 second. Yep. Genesis chapter 29. And we'll jump straight to the point in verse 31, but background history, Jacob went to work, all right, for Laban. Okay, so he could receive Laban's daughter Rachel. Okay, but ultimately, through the spirit, Jacob, he ended up getting Leah first, right? And here's the point. All right, Genesis 29 and 31, it says, and when the Lord Yahweh saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. So the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shemi Shai, all right, has the power to open and close the womb. All right, like the Lord did with our foremother Sarah, all right, as well as Hannah, Samuel's mother. Okay, so these women talking about closing up their womb to men, all right, they bugged out. And they have a very, very strong delusion, all right, of power, which they don't have any power, man. Okay? But where was we at? Right, jumping back to Isaiah 13, okay? In verse 16, it says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. A lot of judgment coming upon children, right? It says, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. You see, so this is what's going to be happening to a lot of women in these last days, man. A lot of these women who are proud in heart, think they don't need no man. All right, their rebellion is increasing as we get towards and closer to the end. And guess what, man? These women, man, all right, they're gonna be laquach. All right, when you go into the Hebrew word laquach, all right, it means to seize, to lay hold on. All right, in other words, grape without the G. Okay. Let's get this in the book of Lamentations, which when you deal with the book of Lamentations, that's dealing with the sorrows, the mournings and the woes that we were dealing with, all right, while we were being overtaken by the Babylonians. You see? And one thing we understand is that that which hath been is that which shall be, according to Ecclesiastes, the first chapter. So Lamentations 5 and 11, all right, it says they ravished, and who's that they? The Babylonians. It says they ravished the woman in Zion and the maids in the cities of Judah. You see? So, hey, man, these women, man, they about to get it rough. The young woman, the middle-aged woman, all right, these women who are proud in heart, man, all right, they getting ready to get it rough. And once again, this was talked about during the time of Babylon. All right, when the Babylonians besieged us. Okay? But guess what? Are we not in modern day Babylon? All right, is not Babylon the Great another name for America? So guess what, man? This is getting ready to happen unto the daughters of Zion again. Okay? Those amongst, the daughters of Zion who are proud in heart, okay, don't want to submit to the Israelite man, okay, don't want to submit to the order that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai set up. Guess what, man? This is getting ready to fall upon you. Okay? So going on in the article, it says interest in the 4B movement spikes since Kamala Harris's defeat, with women sharing videos of themselves on social media, pledging to commit to his 4 no's: no sex, no dating or marriage, and no having children with men for the next 4 years. And once again, man, the apostles, man, they always, they talk about this from time to time, how that overnight change, man, concerning these women. Look, man, they gonna change with the flip of a switch, man. See, right now, they talking about, we ain't gonna do this, we ain't gonna do that, fuck men, this, that, and the third. Right? But when all hell breaks loose, they gonna remember all of a sudden that they're women and they do indeed need a man. And they're gonna be willing to do whatever in that day to get with a man of the Lord, man. Let's get that. Okay? Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, man. And how is a woman called after another man's name? All right, through the act of marriage, which the act of marriage, is performed, by the act of sex. You see? So you're going to have these women, running to the men of the Lord in these last days for protection, man. And in order to receive that protection, that security, they're going to be willing to do whatever it takes, man, to receive that protection, man. You see? So these women you see talking shit right now about men all over the internet, man. All right, they going to be in this spirit that Isaiah 4:1 is speaking of. Okay, they going to be willing to humble down. Okay, be women again, like the scripture say, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Right? They going to be willing in that day. But hey, unfortunately for them, a lot of these women getting ready to be curved left and right. Okay? So going on, it says in one video shared on TikTok, a young woman pledges to go celibate and encourages others to delete dating apps in order to exercise sovereignty over their bodies. As a woman, my bodily autonomy matters, and this is my way to exercise sovereignty over that. She says, and the scriptures say, all right, when us as men, all right, when we get a wives, is that in the Old Testament or the Apocrypha? But pretty much, man, our women, they're literally our possessions, man. You see? So, they don't have no control over their bodies, man. All right, they belong unto us, right? What's that? Proverbs. I believe it's in the book of Proverbs, either Proverbs or somewhere in the Apocrypha. I can't remember. You know what? It just might be the Apocrypha. Let's see. Wife, possession. Yep. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 24. It says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. You see, so, man, our women, they belong unto us, man. And before the Israelite woman gets a husband, guess what? She belongs unto the father. Okay, until her father marries her off, to the Israelite men. All right, then the transfer of ownership goes from the father unto that Israelite man. It says, a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest, man. What? These women, they're here for comfort, man. And these modern day women, they ain't want to comfort their men. All right, they rather tear it down than build up. Okay? And judgment is coming upon all women who do that, man. Okay? So, going on, It says, so I highly encourage any other women who are single and still care about progressing women's rights and still fighting for our bodily autonomy to do the same. Delete your dating apps. The woman also encourages others to seek out their female friends for comfort if you need somebody to cuddle, and describes the 4B movement, which originated in South Korea, as a point of inspiration. The U.S. election revealed a gender divide in the electorate, with 55% of men turning out for Mr. Trump and 53% of women voting for Ms. Harris. The president-elect touted his role in overturning Roe v. Wade, a ruling that ended the nationwide right to abortion. Throughout his election campaign, and has been repeatedly accused of making offensive comments about women. In response, some have blamed sexism for America's decision to return Mr. Trump to the White House. And as you can see, that's the end of the article. So, hey, at the end of the day, man, hey, you know, the Lord is getting ready to cut the rebellion of these women short, man. Okay, and they're starting to feel that squeeze, you know. So, hey, you know, we'll close out here, okay, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 32. All right, and verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech, and the speech is coming forth from the scriptures. You see, because we're not only warning the men of our nation to repent and get right. Are you women are receiving warning too? You see, so when all hell breaks loose, man, and you ain't gonna have no excuse, man. And if you've been, you know, fucking off this whole time, you know, refusing to return to the Lord, refusing to get in order, and guess what, man? You're gonna be out there. And the Lord is going to give you up to certain judgments, man. Are you a lot of women, once again, they're going to be laquacht. All right, laquacht. Okay, seized, taken, laid hold upon. Okay. And a lot of women is going to straight up die. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And you see, these women, man, they're getting ready to lose all their benefits that the government gets them. You know, then them being able to put men on child support, and the money they get from child support, which is really not going to support the child, but really forwarding the whorish lifestyle. Guess what, man? The Lord finna cut that shit off, man. Okay, the Lord's getting ready to strip these women of their comforts, man. Verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. And in other words, what this is saying is a mourn for the times that are getting ready to come upon you, man. You see? So, hey, I'm going to close out right there. I pray that this lesson was edifying to the body, something out of this. And without further ado, I'd like to close out by giving all the praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well and preach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And Lord, I'll see you in the next lesson. Till then, shalom.